this is not that bad, and it's still when you're doing this.
You to one side, absolutely.
Pull it back.
Yep. And you barely have space. See how little, like it takes up so much space that you almost can't do it. You almost don't have time to stop and look around and see if there's a car. So you have to trust the people who are driving and trust your instincts. And if you hear a car, then you stop and you look. Because I mean, I'll do that. I try to go against traffic so that they can see me coming when they're coming towards me and see me coming when they're going away from me. So I'll be on, usually it's the left side of the road, going down either way. But it just depends. Sometimes cars go when they're not supposed to go.
Of course.
Especially right by LCG. I almost got run over by a car a couple times when I had the right of way as a pedestrian, but that turning lane is right there, and they're just like, I'm gonna go, I got this. And so I was just like, I literally, one time I was leaving LCG, and this lady was like inches from my feet, and I was like, you could have run me over, and you know, it would have been bad. You never want to be in the street, but you also, the alternative is it's a lot more difficult. It could damage the chair, it could damage yourself, you could flip and hit it the wrong way. I flipped the chair a couple times, it's never fun. Especially with traffic, that's totally dangerous. So I get where he's coming from with that, saying like, I'd rather try to be in the street, because it's hard, it's difficult, it's, you know, it's really, you have to justify where you're going before you even leave the house. Because it's like, if you have to deal with all this, is it even worth it? And that's really sad.
But there are some obvious things that we can fix that'll make life easier. The things that I'm experiencing right now, the little levels that pull you to the side like this, and the wheel that spins, I understand that over time you learn how to maneuver that. You know, you're balanced to where you're not feeling like you're gonna fall all the way back. I get all that, but still, you gotta make it as easy. You gotta take away all the other things so they don't have to worry about those. You know, they can, wheelchair, people in wheelchairs can work that out.
Yeah.
But they can't fix this up. What I said earlier, at this point, and maybe it's just because of my lack of experience, but I'll take my chances in the road, you know, with the cars. And like Liam said, hopefully they'll be responsible drivers. But I can tell you, Joel he knows, because he forked up a lot of money in that bond, and he's serious about it. So we're gonna put it to good use. And we've got people like Liam that telling us how to do it and where the most egregious parts are. Come sit in a wheelchair for an hour, and it'll change it. It really will. It's when you're walking, when you're riding and you're driving in your car and you're seeing this, that's one thing. Even when you're walking, you step over some little deals, no big deal. When you're in a wheelchair, it makes all the difference. Like I was saying, I'm hoping, and that our goal is to get that money to good use, make a working grid to where it's safe from point A to point B.
I have a foot plate that is actually right now zip tied. The reason for that is because I was on St. Landry, I hit a bump a certain way, and instead of going like this, what it did was it bent the metal, so where instead of the foot plate goes like this, it goes like this. So it would catch on everything and damage it more. So now, and so I just have it up to where, so my feet are out, I run over my own feet all the time. If I hit something the wrong way, I could, twist my ankle or something like that, which is really bad. And that piece of metal, I know from experience, because I had to pay to replace it, was $700. It's literally just the piece of metal that holds the foot plate in place, and that's $700. And it's faster and easier for me to pay for it out of pocket than to have the state pay for it, because that'll take minimum 6 weeks. And that's just the reality. Yeah. That's why all these curbs and stuff and sidewalk conditions are so important, because it can damage the chair in ways that you don't know. I currently have to get the entire wheel system replaced because of just wear and tear from downtown, and that's because I live downtown and I work downtown. That's just, I mean, it's something that you're not supposed to do, you're not supposed to be in the street or, you know, deal with crazy sidewalks, but the alternative is to not live your life, and I refuse to do that. So I mean, because otherwise I would stay home all day and do nothing, and that's not what I want to do.
I'm hoping, and we haven't gone down the road yet, but I'm hoping that this is the model that Liam's looking for. We'll see. I'm sure there's still some areas that need to be cleaned up, but that's my thoughts.
We're on Jefferson because, from an accessibility standpoint, Jefferson is the gold standard of downtown. This is the widest street that we have as far as sidewalks are concerned. It's about 5 to 8 feet. There's a lot of room. It's pretty well paved, and there are not a lot of cracks or other issues that we've been dealing with all morning. So it's this is what I consider to be the safest and easiest road to use downtown. This is what I try to get to every time I'm downtown. All my routes are based on how do I get to Jefferson, because it's just a smoother ride and I don't have to worry, and I can turn my brain off and just go. There are certain things they can't do, but there are some things that they still have to do. With the ADA, it's called the grandfather clause, and essentially what that is saying like older buildings like this one, they're not beholden to the same standards as new construction. So they still have to have a ramp, they still have to have a bathroom that's accessible, they still have to have access within reason. They get a little more leniency because they're older buildings, but they still have to provide access. And a lot of times, older buildings will say, oh, we're grandfathered in, we don't have to do anything. And that's actually not the case. That's a common misconception. See how this is uneven right here?
Yeah.
Again, I'm gonna go down here. It's actually, so you're gonna have to reroute, but like, you have to get around this to come back. To do that. Where's the best way for me to cross? A lot of times I would have to double back and go around, so I'll have to come back down that way, come back, and then cross to get to the library, and then I'm in the library parking lot, and it's fine. So it just depends. You have to find the best route, because you could go down here, cross, and then go this way, but then you'd have to deal with that pole and that other pole, so you have to deal with that and then go down. So the natural sort of progression would be to cross right here, go into the library, and then go straight there, and it's a straight shot. It's all about finding the quickest, easiest route, and so, say that again. It's all about finding the quickest and easiest route to get around when you're dealing with accessibility, and so I would go here and then cross in the parking lot instead of going all the way back around, dealing with those obstructions, dealing with future obstructions over there that I don't even see yet, and then coming back around. I got stuck. Yeah, I'm currently stuck, but I smacked my foot in between that pipe and my wheel. So the front wheel right here was a barrier on one side, and I just came in and hit the pipe on the other side of my foot. So
And you're bleeding.
Am I? No. Okay. Sure. I really need to call this a dirt track. It's barely anything. But that's what I would use to get on the sidewalk if I were to use it. And I do. Jeez.
All right.
You don't hold on
Thank you very much. Oh, I see. Yeah.
You got it? There you go. Wow. Yeah. And this is, you know,